Hello, sorry about the darkness. The light is in an awkward position. I'm not sure how to make it better. I think I'm making it worse. But okay, it's worse. I needed to make a video today to update. There's quite a few things that I needed to update you with, or myself with, if no one's watching. I'm going to sit down if you don't mind. Quite a lot has happened recently. I'm too tired to talk about it all, but today I went to see Lou again, a psychologist, and he's helping me differentiate between thoughts and feelings, emotions, which I know I have a problem with. He tells me I'm too harsh on myself, tells me I blame myself for everything, but it's because of my background. And he's given me a task for homework because I'm going to the Eastern Cape next week. I really desperately need a break now by the sea. So he's told me that I need to, first of all, write a letter to people who I miss and take it to him next time. And then also to write down any thoughts that I have about specific events and how it makes me feel, because if you can change your thinking, it will change the emotions and the feelings attached to it. So that's my task. I'm allowed to write things down, so that's where he's going to have plenty to read when I get back from the Eastern Cape, but I'm going to see if it will work. So I had a couple of breakthroughs, but I'll try not to get off topic. It's just I'm tired, and I've done a lot of teaching music as well, and I'm teaching again tomorrow. So yeah, I'm all over the place. My ticket has come through from South African Airways for June, so that's one good thing. It's one less thing to worry about. CeeLo kind of explained the Dr. Hart situation to me by talking about himself. So we were talking about how we can sometimes think irrationally, and then that leads to irrational feelings and makes us behave in a particular way. So he told me that if he was feeling ill tomorrow or tired, he would phone in sick, and he wouldn't need to feel guilty about it because it's rational to do that if you're feeling sick, and he would be concerned about his patients, but he also would be aware that he wouldn't be able to work as a good psychologist if he was tired or sick. He would possibly make mistakes and could damage people. And then he mentioned Dr. Hart and asked me what happened there. So clearly he made that mistake. He wasn't thinking rationally, he was sick, psychotic, and still went to work and damaged me. So I totally understand how I shouldn't feel guilty about not being able to do certain things if I'm not well enough or if I'm too exhausted, but it was, I don't know how I feel about that, but he kind of put Dr. Hart into the right context for me, which helps a little bit for me to trust myself and my own memories, to know that he did wrong, because for a long time I've not known whether he did wrong. I've just known I was terrified of him and the impact it had on me. But now I know that he did wrong. I don't know if that will stay in my mind, but at the moment it was clear from Psychology Today. He even gave me 15 minutes extra time, and I said sorry, and then he asked me what I was sorry for, because he was the one giving me the extra time, so I realised that sometimes I'm being irrational. So I was trying to do that with the combi on the way back from Barra, because it's a very busy place, and Cersei needed to go to Pimville. I needed to come home, and I couldn't get into the combi that was there coming to Pafeni. It was packed and it wasn't moving. So then I took some diazepam, and I managed to get myself into the next combi, and I tried to change my thinking. So instead of worrying about what if I have a panic attack or what if something's going to happen, I tried to think this taxi's taking me home. I'm going to be safe. I'm with this woman who helped me put my bag into the combi, and I'm with people who could help me if I need them to, and I shouldn't feel guilty or a burden about asking people for help. And I did actually make it. I got off actually earlier than I should have done, because somebody else was getting off, but it gave me time to eat my chocolate bar before I got home, because I was worried that loads of kids would be waiting for me for the piano lessons. But I did that. But I was happy with, I can't say proud of myself, because I'm never proud of myself, but I was very, satisfied that the other day I managed to go to the clinic on my own, because I've not been independent since I was in Scotland. I've not been in Scotland at home. I wasn't even able to leave the house or Bath at some points, and this, I could never catch a bus or any form of transport on my own. I couldn't walk to the other end of the village, and so I was satisfied that I managed to get myself by combi. Cersei did put me in the combi to Mafolo Clinic, and I got off at the right place, and I felt okay about it. And I've actually worked out that that's an easier way. I know it's 3 combis instead of 2, but if I don't want to go through Barra, I can get to Pimville through Mfolo and Maponya Mall, so I can then go from there to Pimville. It's still cheaper than Uber, but I felt so satisfied that I'd finally been able to do that again myself. I need to keep working on that, and it's Wednesday tomorrow, so I'm going to teach in Pimville, so I'm hoping either I'll have the courage to go to Barra for 1 taxi, or I will go for the 3 taxis, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. So that's all I can do. I'm tired right now because I've taught so much this afternoon, and I had psychology this morning, so I'm exhausted. And I think there's going to be some more load shedding later, but I'll see the psychiatrist again on Friday. I don't know what they'll say, because I haven't managed to cut down on the diazepam. In fact, I've increased it in situations where I've needed to make sure that I felt like it was a comfort blanket or could stop me from panicking, like in the combi situation in Barra. And Barra is busy. The hospital itself is the biggest hospital in the Southern Hemisphere. So right now as well, during this coronavirus outbreak, it's even more chaotic. Everybody in there is wearing masks. There's disinfectant coming from everywhere, but making sure to keep up with proper disease control procedures as well, because it's very likely to spread if it ever got into Barra, to be honest. So it's good that they've put these measures into place. South Africa has actually sent masks to Italy, because Italy has run out. So I think that's quite impressive that South Africa's managed to send masks to a quite rich first world nation. This is a developing country. But yeah, Barra right now, we need to be aware that clinics, and especially this hospital, you just need to be aware, not to panic. For me, that's another, I don't panic about coronavirus, but I panic about things that I don't know what I'm panicking about. But I am a microbiologist, so maybe that helps. And I understand. But here it's people with HIV that are most at risk, obviously, and this country has a heavy burden of HIV. Those people, it could be fatal. So there's now 7 cases confirmed. I may have missed some. I'm going to go now, because in the morning I'm going to need to go to the internet cafe because I'm having problems connecting at the moment, and I also need to print a document, and I don't want to make my videos too long. But I'm really looking forward to the break in Cinsa next week in the Eastern Cape. So we're due on the overnight bus on Saturday, leaving Park Station at 6:30 p.m. And arriving in East London at 9 in the morning. So we'll probably either use a taxi if we can find one, a combi, to get to Cinsa. It's about 50 minutes away, West Cinsa West, or we'll use an Uber or another way to get there, whichever we can find or is cheapest. And we're staying until the following Friday night. We'll travel back the following Friday night and come back here to Johannesburg on the Saturday. So that's the plan for now, but that was I don't know if it was informative enough, but as I said, I'm very tired at the moment, extremely tired. So I think I'm going to bed, but thank you for listening, and sorry you can't see me again. Speak soon, take care.